Welcome back to Absolute Cooking with Ali. As you might have guessed by now, pretty much everything I make is high speed, fast, delicious, healthy, vegetarian and sometimes vegan. So the recipe I'm going to show you today is a vegan frittata, and it's made with, the base ingredient is tofu. So I've got 200 grams of silken tofu here, and I also have 2 tablespoons of soy milk. Don't worry, the recipe's going to be down there somewhere underneath. And I'm using a little bit of English mustard, and that gives it flavour and colour. And I'm also using some sea salt, but in this case I'm using some smoked sea salt, some black pepper, a little bit of onion powder, which it's just giving it that extra onion sort of punch and that flavour and that depth. And some fresh vegetables. We've got some, I'll show you afterwards, got some basil, fresh basil, olives, spring onion, some red pepper, some yellow pepper, a little bit of leek, and I've even got a tasty treat, which is some ground truffle. I'll tell you about that a little bit later. And of course garlic. So moving on, I'm going to give you a close-up shot today of what's going on so that you can see everything that's been made and all the ingredients close up. Okay, so first of all we have the tofu, which is in the bowl here, and to that I'm going to add my 2 tablespoons of soy milk. To that I will add half a tablespoon of cornflour. This will stabilise the mixture and help it stop it from splitting, prevent it from splitting. So I'm using my cup measures there and my tablespoon measure. And that goes. And I did say I was going to use a tiny bit of onion powder, so just about half a teaspoon. But if you don't have onion powder, it's fine, don't worry about it. Okay, and a pinch of my smoked sea salt. A bit more in there. That should do it like that. Grind of black pepper. Okay, now that, first of all, I'm going to whiz that up, so a little bit of noise, apologies. Just use my stick blender. You can put it in the food processor if you have one. You can use a regular blender if you have one. I know this is weird, you can't see my face, but you can see my hands. And most of all, you can see the food that I'm preparing. So in we go with that. So now we have a lovely, a nice smooth mixture, which you can see in there. Okay. Now to that, I'll get rid of that. To that, I'm going to add about half a teaspoon of English mustard. If you want a bit, you can add a little bit more if you want to. It depends on personal taste. In that goes. And also I'm going to now prepare my my vegetables. Oh, that's the ground truffle. This is from a guy in Italy, and he runs this company, and they do creamed truffle and white truffle and fresh summer truffle. But I'm going to pop a little bit of this in because it's going to add a really rich, delicious flavour, and it sort of sits quite nicely with that Italian theme as well. Marvellous. Okay, so just quite powerful. So just a tiny, just about that much, small amount there. And that goes like that. Great. Okay, so I've got going on my peppers. I've got some peppers here. I've got some red pepper, some yellow pepper. You can use green if you want to, that's fine. Some fresh basil, spring onion, little bit of leek, and some black olives. And there's no real science or finesse to this. We're just going to get it chopped up quite quickly and into the mixture. So today we're using again the brackets and just my smartphone to film, which is working quite well because I can do a close-up shot and move my phone around the kitchen and have it clamped to pretty much anywhere I want to, really, which is incredibly handy. Here we go. And when I was asking, I've been asking what people want, and most people have said, would you be able to do your recipes in almost real time? Which is what I'm doing today. So nothing's pre-prepared, and the only part that I will speed up is the actual cooking, because nobody wants to. You don't want to wait around for 25 minutes. Oh, incidentally, you need to preheat your oven to 180 degrees C or 350 Fahrenheit, and you need some muffin tins or silicon muffin moulds, which is what I'm going to use. So again, no real science. I'm not pre-cooking anything. I'm going to let the flavours develop with the mixture whilst it's cooking, and then it'll have a bit of bite and texture. So straight in with that. Oh, escapee. There we go. Look at that. I was going to use that big bowl, but I've ended up with the small one. Right. Did you see that there? Sorry. Just a little tip to easily peel your garlic clove. Knife on the side, heel of your hand, whack, and that's it. And look, that just falls away. So we're just going to mince the garlic. Again, doesn't need to be too fine, but nobody wants to have huge pieces of garlic when they bite into their vegan frittata. Okay. And just some of our olives. Again, roughly, I'm chopping them up with the garlic as well, because it'll get the flavours mixing already, and it'll break that garlic down even further. And our basil too. Normally I'd tear basil so that you can really develop those oils, but for this I want it chopped a little bit finer, and just a little piece of leek. Again, finely sliced. I'm not going to pre-cook it because it's quite tender anyway, and that'll cook down quite quickly with the rest of the ingredients. So in they go, and then we're just going to put it over in the muffin tins. Okay, so the final stage is just getting it into our muffin tins. Now this particular mixture makes enough for about 4 fairly deep muffins, so they just get filled right to the top, and when they bake they'll come up nice and puffy, and you want them golden brown and delicious. So I'll check back with you after 25 minutes, 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 180 degrees C, and just so that they're ever so slightly risen. Okay, so we're nearly done. These are out of the oven. They've been cooling for about 10-15 minutes in the tin, in the tray, and just going to pop them on a little salad garnish here with a nice vinaigrette. It's you have to be quite gentle when you're getting them out. So I've run a knife around the outside, and we're just going to lift one of these little chaps out. There we are. So have a bit of a closer look there, and you can chill it, of course, to really get it to set up nicely. Okay, that one's quite firm. I'm just going to lift that one out as well. There we go. Pop 2 of those on there, like so. Okay, and we'll just do a nice little bit of a vinaigrette around the outside. Just on those leaves, get those leaves nice and dressed. A little bit across the top, not too much. And a sprinkle more of the diced peppers. Of course, you can use anything you like for a garnish. And there we have it. That's it. Nice vegan frittata with a lovely fresh summer salad. There you go.